Hey, what's happening, fam? L.A.R movement still moving. Complaining about the unwanted. You know, sometimes you have these relationship conversations, and I see them watching some of the videos, and I realize that people are complaining about people that they don't want. And what I mean by that is when sometimes ladies will say, there ain't no good men out here, and then guys will say, well, the guys that are good, you don't want them. So you can't be dating the guys who ain't shit and not wanting the guys who are good guys. I don't mean good, I guess such a cliche term. Guys who are actually men, good men. Because that's what's missing. Just like on the flip side, you hear guys complaining these girls ain't shit. But there is a bit of a switch when some of these women ain't wanted either. Nah, there's reasons behind both. I might give a few. But here's the thing. Same thing with um, dating non-black people. Why get mad at certain people if they can't wait on if they have exhausted their options of dating their own and they come up short continuously and they're constantly unwanted. You can't get mad at them for going somewhere where they feel wanted. Now, there'll be people in that mix who'll be lying about being unwanted. Well, people have definitely tried to holler at them, or they've definitely didn't try to holler at other people because secretly they're the ones not wanting the opposite sex. But either way it goes, there's complaining about the unwanted. Uh, Example: if you're one of those people if you're a lady that gets approached by men and numerous men approach you, whether it's on your job, um, out in the public, out at nightlife, even online, and you wind up single because you just couldn't find anybody, to a degree, that doesn't that doesn't sound right. Because after a certain number of people, and I will say, quality is definitely low right now. I will say that quality is definitely low, but sometimes people are overpricing their worth too. There's some people out there who, oh, I'm like this and I'm like that. You're not really like that. You ain't really got it like that. Like, I know you feel like a 10, but you more like a 6.5. So you need to, pipe down with all this ego you got popping because it's not really real. Same thing with us guys. I ain't gonna talk to her. She ain't, she ain't like this. She ain't like that. My dude, you ain't really got it like that either. I mean, I know you popping off with the ego, but and part of this unwanted thing is part of that ego trip where some people completely price themselves out the market. Like if you think you're worth or you deserve a certain type of person, just ask yourself, are you what that certain type of person is looking for? Think about it. If I'm looking for a dime or whatever, she's got to be super fine. Maybe I'm not super fine to her. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not that handsome to her. Maybe I don't I don't fit her criteria. Same thing with you ladies. You know, if you feel like you a dime and you feel like you deserve a certain type of man, do you do you think you fit his criteria of, what type of man, what type of woman that kind of man would want? And a lot of times people don't, and a lot of times people feel like, you ain't recognizing how awesome I am. You're not that awesome. That's okay. But don't don't put yourself in that awesome category, because when you're around, because what happens is when people who think they're awesome are really around awesome people, either you feel some type of way or you realize how far you have to step your game up. And more times than not, you shun being around that crowd. You can say you've been around, and you can tell other people, "Oh, I've been around all these awesome people right here, and I can tell you because I was around them that you ain't on my level." Well, you didn't tell them that you weren't on those awesome people's level either. So you see, it comes at it's an iffy situation. But I'm saying that because there are a bunch of people out here who are mad at the opposite sex. Not necessarily mad at but have issues with the opposite sex because they're not wanted. Now, there can be reasons why you're unwanted. You might be unattractive. You may be unintelligent. You may be unproductive. You may not be relationship material. You may be overweight. You just may be unappealing. And on the flip side, you may be that awesome. You may be super intelligent. You may be very attractive. You may be very productive, ambitious. And that just, people don't want that in their lives because it makes them kind of like, you doing all these great things in your life, huh? Making me feel like shit while I'm sitting here watching TV. I don't need this. I mean, there are some people like that. Like, this motherfucker is just moving mountains. Fuck you. But that happens, you know. But on the flip side of that, you got people complaining that, oh, people, they don't want me. Nobody wants me. Not necessarily true. I mean, there are people who, see, the difference between somebody knowing they're unwanted and saying they're unwanted is they've actually either tried to approach people and have gotten shot down numerous times, or they've exhausted all their options with people. They've waited on people to approach them, because ladies have to wait on guys to approach them. So the quality, guys don't approach them. It's like, well, these guys approach me and these guys don't. So this is where I'm wanted. You know, these women are receptive to my advances. These women are not. So this is where I'm wanted. Type of situation. Now, that's where the problem becomes. Because, see, people normally seem to be getting mad when who's ever receptive to that person is who's receptive to that person. If you didn't like them until you saw them with another person, maybe of another race, you really can't get mad at them. I mean, maybe they tried a lot. I mean, depending on the age we talk, because some people, I will say this about the unwanted situation. Some of y'all too young to be acting like this. Like some of you, I ain't never met a real man. Damn, you just 20. Like, you ain't even a real woman yet. Like, or vice versa. You ain't even a real man yet. These women out here, you ain't really met a man or a woman yet. Like, you tripping now. Pump your brakes. Like, I know you think you really grown and you've been around the block, but you ain't really been around the block. You a quarter way around the block right now. I mean, it becomes, that's jumping the gun. But for those people who've been around the block, like, hey man, I done been here, done that, done that. You name it, I did it. I checked off all the list of things to do. I did them all and it didn't work for me. Now it works over here, but it doesn't work over here. So I'm gonna go where it works because at the end of the day, uh, most people do what works. And for those people who don't want to be alone, they're gonna go to the people that make them feel wanted. Now, past that, why are you judging them? I mean, think about it. If you didn't see them until you saw them with somebody you wish you didn't see them with, and sometimes you take this shit and make it a little too personal. I would have talked to you if I would have seen you. Well, they may be 25, 30, 35, 40 years old. I'm sorry, they're not supposed to wear. Now 38 years into it, you know what I'm saying? Oh, now you're the person that tell them. Like, they be like, man, I've been, dude, what? You know how many years I've been overlooked? I ain't got time to be waiting on y'all motherfuckers to come to y'all senses. And at that particular point, a person be like, people ain't gonna never do it. I ain't got time to be waiting on y'all. And this happens a lot. So why complain? There's a woman out here complaining about, these guys out here sorry. Well, not necessarily, because I don't really hear a lot of ladies complaining about guys who got it together. Especially black men that got it together. They don't really complain about those. Like, well, I take that back. They'll complain, but their complaints are very frivolous. Like, if a guy ain't shit, they'll see the potential in him. But if a guy is really a dope dude, they'll see some minor bullshit and just make a mountain out of it. I think it's just, and I think that works sometimes with women too. I mean, you know, I think sometimes us as men, we'll be superficial too, because I mean, I've done it plenty of times. Like, if you think your degree is sexy to me, or your job is sexy to you, you got life fucked up. I don't care. I care about your mind, your manners, and your attractiveness. If I can get along with you. If you come to me, I got a degree, I got a bachelor's, I got a master's, I got a PhD, I work here. I don't give a fuck. I really don't. I'm not. And some people, I'm not gonna lie. Some people let themselves go and they say, I got a good job. If I got it, look, listen. If I got a good job and I didn't let myself go, why the fuck would you think I would accept you letting yourself go because you got a good job? Like, you gotta want what you are, be what you are, you know, and don't complain about the people who are handling their business and you didn't want them, because at the end of the day, what it is you got buyer's remorse, and why are you complaining that the person that you didn't pick is better than the person that you picked? That means you don't know what the fuck you're doing. And they shouldn't stop their lives to come back to you when you didn't see their value to begin with. Like, there will be them going backwards and you getting a second chance, and that's an unfair situation to have in the first place. So stop complaining about buyer's remorse. You know what I'm saying? All right.